This is going to be my final presentation for MEA 320. So I have my career plan up and I have my final reflection paper up, and I'm just kind of going to go through each of them. So I'll start with my career plan. So I actually really enjoyed this part of the project, or this part of the class actually. It was really interesting for me to just kind of put everything together. So for my creative career plan, I decided to do my senior project, which I will start executing next semester. So for my senior project, I'm working with Anna Richardson, and her and I are both doing festival marketing and a festival guide for a festival that we've just kind of coined called Hattie's Gal Fest. And so my first section of my career plan basically just details like all the details, like what it is, where it is, that kind of thing. So pretty much my career plan goal is talking about how, like, what else is going to go into our senior project basically, and that's what the about part is. And then for its relationship to the music business, Hattie's Gal Fest will be a music festival based on women in music, so that's its relationship to the music business. Then our pitch is going to be right here, and our description, and these are the specific assets that will go into it. So the next section is an evaluation of the services or the product. So the service/product is Hattie's Gal Fest, and then I go into the specific strengths and weaknesses, the SWOT analysis basically. So our potential weaknesses are just like lack of help, lack of resources. It could be a small turnout, and money, obviously, because we are two college girls. So I guess a little backstory. Our senior project is just basically putting together the marketing and stuff, and like the business plan and everything. We're not actually going to have the festival. So in the event that we were going to have the festival, that's how I've kind of created the career plan. So it's just as if the festival is actually happening. So if we were actually to put on a festival, I would not personally have enough money to do that, especially to pay the artists that we want to have. No money. So our strengths would be that it's going to be the first festival of its kind, showcasing only women in music. So our headliners are all women, no men in their bands, and we're going to have like other women from Mississippi and stuff, so we can continue to celebrate music in Mississippi. Opportunities will be to showcase talent, something to add to a resume, that kind of thing. And then the threats would be money again. Venue could be too small if it's actually a really good turnout. Men could feel unwelcome to come to the festival, that kind of thing. So similar festival I was just kind of thinking of was like Voodoo or Jazz Fest in New Orleans, because they're so close together. And then our market niche would be just pretty much women aged 17, 35, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, probably in southeastern United States. So for section 3, I have my evaluations of myself, my strengths and weaknesses. My strengths include creativity, leadership, communication, open-mindedness, teamwork, and organization, and my weaknesses include procrastination. Sometimes I'm lacking confidence. Sometimes I take on too much responsibility, especially in group projects, and sometimes I can be a little sensitive to criticism. But that's just because I work hard, and like I want people to enjoy what I have to offer, I guess. And I am afraid of failure. So we'll keep going. So these are some of my exemplars. So again, I'm looking at Voodoo Festival. That's where a lot of the inspiration for me is coming from. And these are some like the relevant experience that I've had to be able to do this. So basically the classes that I've taken here at Southern Miss, and then my work at the Lucky Rabbit downtown, and then social media marketing with Deadwood Beats last year. Section 4 is about my goals. So the goals for this, major goals are basically just to like have a really good sellout festival and create brand loyalty so people would want to come back later. our goals. Supporting our goals would be, I guess, just trying to sell as many tickets as possible and like providing a really good experience that creates like a really fun community. And our timeline is really weird because we're starting our project pretty much in December, late December. We're just going to go ahead and get a head start, and then the festival would happen in March 2022. So we do have a pretty significant amount of time, but for long-term goals, we would have a lot longer since it is a festival and it'll only happen once a year. For Section 5, talking about the state of the industry, it's a little up in the air right now because of COVID. So with Live Nation, one of the biggest promoters we have, is down 98% because of COVID. We're just not sure where we'll be in 2022. Hopefully by then, like, the vaccine will be readily available and stuff, and so live music can begin to happen again. And so I've already gone over our target market, target niche kind of earlier. And our detailed plan is a lot of interesting, cohesive branding that'll really resonate with young people and older people as well, because we're looking into like 70s era bubble style kind of letters, kind of 70s colors and stuff, and a lot of different artists like varying in age and popularity. Section 6 is about my form of the business, the personnel requirements, you can just kind of read on your own, insurance we would need, and just other little things that are important to note. Section 7 is about the cost of everything. So again, if we were actually putting on a festival, like, these would be things that would be vital for us, and they would be very expensive. So I just kind of did my like personal rent over here and my personal utilities, because it's where I'll be working on it. And then Section 8 was my exit strategy. So we don't really have like too much of an exit strategy because we want it to like continue on and be big, like Bonnaroo or Hangout Festival or Voodoo or Lollapalooza or like anything big like that. So we hope to in the future be able to have more interactive things to happen. So with it being women in music, we also want to have like different types of workshops and stuff for women in music, and maybe invite the Media Entertainment Arts program to come and teach a few things, and I think that'd be really cool. So that's a brief overview of my career plan, and next I'll look at my reflection paper. So basically I just kind of talked about my favorite readings that we went over. So my first favorite was the one that I did, which was about being a leader of creative people and all the things that need to go into that, which are like leading by example or walking the walk, communication and how it's a two-way street. You have to listen actively and speak as well. And then I talked about my personal experience like in using these techniques, which I actually have used them like in my sorority and stuff, and I've thought they've been really helpful. Another one of the readings I looked into was about the people who make up a team. So making sure that your team is diverse and includes a lot of different types of people who will have different skill sets and different opinions and thoughts and things. Then I looked into understanding and managing for creativity, and I really liked learning about how creativity is circular instead of linear, which means that you can't just expect the same specific detailed steps to work every time, because in the different types of creativity you might start here and then go here and then back around and stuff, so it's just a circle instead of a line. And I think that'll be really helpful for future listening your project and things like that, just understanding that, like, things will happen when they need to happen, basically. Another reading I did was about time management for creatives, and I think this is so important for everyone, mostly because I can't live without my planner. I write everything down, and it helps me remember the things that I have to do, even if I don't look at it. Just writing things down really helps, and it also talks about how post-it notes are extremely popular for things like this. And you can also get like the digital post-it notes app on your computer, so you can have like little post-it notes in the different corners of your screen, which is really cool. And then one of the most impactful readings I did was about the authenticity response and how it's important for you to be authentic in your day-to-day life and in your career, because basically, like, you just need to be you and, like, live true to who you are, so you'll be happy in the end. You'll work harder if you're being more authentic, um, things like that. And then even on just social media, like, be authentic there. Post what you want to post. Don't, like, face tune yourself and make you look different. Like, enjoy how you are. Be authentic to yourself and true to yourself. And yeah, those are just some of the really impactful readings that I had over this semester, and they helped me reflect on, like, myself and learn a lot more about myself, and about my future career plans if COVID will go away. But yeah, so I really enjoyed all this semester, and thanks for listening.